To South Africa, where Oscar Pistorius has been granted a lifeline in his bid to release on parole after the South African Constitutional Court ruled that the disgraced Paralympian has served half of his 13-year sentence in March and is now eligible for parole. Now, the renowned Paralympian could potentially be released on parole this year, but there are still several factors that could be determined whether or not the former Paralympian will be released. And let's have more details of that in this report.
What has happened with the latest ruling is that the Constitutional Court has clarified exactly when Oscar Pistorius' sentence started, because effectively the Supreme Court of Appeal imposed a longer sentence on the man known as the Blade Runner, following an appeal from the Gauteng High Court in November of 2017, which indicated there was a balance outstanding on the sentence, which meant Pistorius could only apply for parole in August next year, which was a grave calculation error. So now we have clarity on what has transpired and that he was in fact eligible in March. Oscar Pistorius could potentially be released on parole this year, but there's still several factors that could determine whether or not the former Paralympian will be released. Essentially, the Correctional Services Advisory Board will have to decide based on the Case Management Committee, which has been assessing Pistorius since the day he arrived at their facility. Those assessments will be presented to the Parole Board in due course and will consider whether Pistorius will lapse back into crime, his mental state, while also taking into account statements from the family. There is a chance the application is denied, so it isn't guaranteed. So despite serving the time, the ultimate decision is based on many factors, of which there are many, including political ramifications in a country where gender-based violence is rife. Time will tell for the disgraced former athlete, who now has been granted a glimmer of hope of being released for a crime that captured the imagination of the world in 2013. CS Du Plessis, CGTN, Johannesburg.